So join me today with Tristan. We're at the RPI headquarters, and I'm requesting for you to join me in the global initiative to connect resources, human resources, increasing the speed to disaster recovery. This is anything from massive hurricanes, something like Haiti, all the way down to just a simple toilet overflow in your home or maybe a family member's home and then they have to wait for 8 hours for someone to respond, and so our goal is to connect all these resources, any idle resources in each market, so that people don't have to wait for disaster response. They can get immediate response and therefore immediate recovery. One way this has helped Tristan's ran plenty of disasters just in this local market, San Francisco Bay Area market. Now, tell me, Tristan, what kind of value do you add to someone when they say they're waiting for a franchise system to call them back, or the insurance carrier says you have to use this resource, and then they have to wait 6 hours for them to show up? Tell me how we've improved that system by offering immediate response.
Well, we've improved that system with immediate response just because it gives you the opportunity to correct the problem right away. And then the sooner that you mitigate damages, typically the less damages there are to a home or property or business. So time is of the essence when you're handling these claims.
Right. So you can by getting to the claim or the disaster quicker, you can actually minimize the total dollar amount and save them money by responding faster.
You can minimize the total dollar amount. You can minimize the time that somebody's out of their home.
This is interesting because I've heard from clients when they say, look, I don't know if I can pay the mobilization fee. And it sounds to me really like it depends on, well, what's the value and what's the downside of the disaster, right?
Correct.
So what's an example? We just did a tech job, right, where the guy had to fly in from, where did he fly in from?
Southern California.
From Southern California on his Learjet. That's how important it was to him to mobilize, right?
Yes. Yes. In that case, these people had product that had to be shipped out, orders that had to be filled. So they couldn't deal with days without power. It was minutes that they were able to barely deal without power. And we were able to get them power within, temp power within a very short period of time, more like 60 minutes or under, so that they could start working on fulfilling their orders and then getting the process moving of getting the house power through the city and local power company turned back on within 24 hours time.
So now, that may not fit a lot of our viewers. How would you bring value to like unexpected disaster residential? You guys just did a tree, cut a tree off of a roof yesterday, right?
Yep.
And so explain to me why is it so critical that you respond regardless of the insurance carrier's induced delays on the disaster?
In that instance, the fire department had been called out to the job site where the tree fell on the house. The house was unsafe to be occupied. There was pets inside the house, the tree, there was movement from the tree where it was still continuing to fall. It was unstable. And these people had basically no access into their home until that tree was removed from the property. So they would have had to stay in a hotel for an extra night. They would have incurred that cost. They would have had to have gone out to dinner that night if we wouldn't have responded quickly. And it very well could have caused much more damage to the home if it would have shifted. We were able to get out there, shore it up, and get the tree removed safely with the help of a crane.
Now tell me a little more about this. It sounds like you found the crane.
Yep.
That was an idle resource. We found the crews to do the project. So it sounds like really both of these projects was just connecting idle resources with the immediate needs of a disaster.
Yes.
Simple. So if you're interested, this is what we've done in several markets across the country, and actually we're pioneering Australia with this model. If you're interested in joining that effort in the movement to connect human to human resources together and speed up disaster, somebody's relying on you. Somebody is relying on you in your market or your area to mobilize your resources, really in order to help them, right?
Yes.
You feel a certain amount of self-gratitude probably when we're the only ones in the market that can mobilize the resources this quickly.
Yeah, the challenge is fun, and it's it's great to be able to help people when they're in a time of need and they don't really know what to do. This is a lot of these jobs are situations that we've entered into before, and 90% of the time they're issues that we've dealt with before, and we know where the resources are. Where a homeowner, if they're calling around, they could be on the phone for hours, not really knowing what they need, who can do it for them, and when other companies that aren't as aware of emergency situations like we are, they think that these things can be drug out over a period of time, where we bring that sense of urgency to our clients, and so that way they understand the risk that they have by not taking quick action as well.
So thank you for that interview.
No
Very
problem.
nice interview. Now, if you're interested on putting your resources up, whether that's a generator, trucks, air movers, desiccant dehumidifiers, crews, it might be software, any kind of resources that you want to pull into my global initiative, then please comment, reach out to me directly. If you're a client that you see this could be of value to you, then I ask you as well, just reach out to me. Just give us a try. And thank you.